It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and we help you make more sales with less effort. And I'm so excited today because we're going to be talking about the hypnotic sales approach. And one of the challenges that we find that entrepreneurs have, or business owners, or maybe if you're a speaker or perhaps even a network marketer, is what do I say to move the prospect to action? In fact, if there was one question that I could ask, and you might even want to jot this question down. Please put this question down. One question you'd ask is this. Here's the question. Do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? That's the question that we're going to be asking ourselves today. Do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? If the answer is yes, then you're at the right place. If the answer is no, then you're at the right place. Shay, how can you say that? That's like an oxymoron. You can't say yes to the answer. Well, yes, perhaps you know how to move the prospect to action, but you're working too hard. So pay attention because we'll be sharing the hypnotic sales approach. Big ticket sales formula. Maybe you're like, you know what, Shay? I really don't know what to exactly say because every situation is different. Every prospect is different. Sometimes I'm selling a different product. And so sometimes I use different strategies and techniques. Okay, good. That's why I'm glad you're here because now you can add 10 tools to your tool belt that's going to help you do what? Make more sales with less effort using the hypnotic sales approach. Let's show that to them. The hypnotic sales approach, 10 sales secrets to creating generational wealth. Now, if you're out there right now and you're looking at it, you're like, wow, Shay, I get it. How do I make sure I'm around for part 2? Well, maybe you got a special VIP invite so you can listen in, you can eavesdrop. In this case, you're watching, you and I are together. Here's what you want to do. Head on over and text in the word revenue. Text in the word revenue to 240-428-6333. Make sure you get it. Or, look, I'll make it even easier. Hit the share button. I'm going to do something fair. You're here. Hit the share button. Only because you're here, hit the share button. And right below, type these words. Hashtag sales courage. Put that down there. Hashtag sales courage. Now, I'm going to go back. I'm going to see that. It happened today. And we're going to send you the training session on part 2. So today I'm going to go through 5 techniques, and maybe that's all you need. But for some of you, you want to be there for the rest of the techniques. So I'm going to make sure that we get that to you. So you might be wondering, okay, Shay, who should be here? Who is this even for? Okay, you work in finance as a financial analyst, this is for you. You're a consultant, this is for you. You're a business leader, this is for you. Perhaps you're a coach, you're a consultant or a speaker, this is for you. The hypnotic sales approach, you're at the right place, you're at the right time. So I have 2 outcomes. Number 1 is to teach you what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. Shay, I got that. Okay, fine. Let's just move on. Let's go ahead and define, and let's show this to them. What is the hypnotic sales approach? I think it's a reasonable question. Think at a reasonable time. What is the hypnotic sales approach? Let me go ahead and give you the definition. I want you to jot this down in your notes. I don't want you to miss this because it's possible that this is the missing piece that you need in order for you to go after larger accounts, in order for you to be able to close more deals, in order for you to train your sales team, or in order for you to have peace of mind. Just use this one technique. Jot this down in your notes. The hypnotic sales approach, I started the definition, is a technique for planting a thought. Let's go ahead and show that to them. A technique for planting a thought within the mind of another person's subconscious. Let me say that again. It's a technique. Go ahead and jot it down. You see it right there. If you want to take a picture of it, that's fine. It's up to you. Now, you want to be here for part 2. We're here at Revenue Talks. Okay, this is Revenue Talks. Meet me over at revenuetalks.com. But the hypnotic sales approach is a technique for planting a thought. So it's a state, it's a process, or in many cases, it's an experience. But you're planting it on the other person's subconscious mind. Now, this is not about manipulation. This is not about influence. I'm going to share some techniques with you, and I'm going to encourage you to use them for good. Then there's some folks that could use these techniques. I'm going to go over 10 of them, and you can use it for evil, okay? You could take this and try to manipulate someone and get someone to do something that they don't want to do. Don't do that. I'm sure you're not. Use it for good. You got in business to solve a problem. I want you to help more people. I want you to solve more problems. I want you to make a bigger difference in this world. And I want you to make someone's life better or their business better as a result. Number 2, what is the purpose of you? Go ahead and jot that down. Matter of fact, you can take a picture of this. Maybe they'll show you the slide. Take a picture of it. The purpose of using language patterns is to move your client's mind in a direction you want them to go without the person feeling manipulated. See, some people forget that part. So now you're going to use language patterns. You're going to point them in the right direction, and the person's going to feel good about it. Like, oh, thank you for helping me out. Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you for speaking my language. And everyone walks away feeling good. So now you know what the hypnotic sales approach is. It's a technique used to plant something on someone's subconscious mind. Okay, the purpose is to do what? Is to move the client's mind, not to persuade them, just to move their mind in the direction you want them to go, and everyone feels good about it. So you're going to feel good. You're going to be comfortable. I'm really excited. First, let me give you the formula, and then I'm going to give you the 10 techniques. I can only give you 5 right now. Then I'm going to give you examples so you can use them. Okay, Shay, why do I need to do that? Well, recently I was having a conversation with someone, and one of the things they're going after government contracts. Now, that might not relate to you. Don't worry. You can still get the point. And one of the challenges they were having is that they don't have past experience. Okay, so my tax dollars is going to give it to a business owner without any past experience. And they asked me, what could they do? And I started talking about the questions they were asking and some of the language they were using. I didn't say it that way. I said, share with me, what do you say to procurement officers? And they shared it with me, and I've shared some ideas. Now, they haven't got the deal yet, but one of the things this person mentioned to me is that they feel much better. Like they feel like they've given it their all. They're giving it their best effort. And if that's you, you pay close attention as I walk you through the formula. The first formula is a must-have. I'm going to reveal it right now, so go ahead and put this in your notes. We're going to talk about using the commandment of verbs. I'm going to talk about the action verbs. So you're going to be very, very specific, okay? And if you want, Justin, we can go and show them that slide. I'm not going to, look, I'm going to unveil it, and if you want to take a picture, you're like, Shay, I need to see that. Look, I'm all for it. And then after we tell them what we want them to do, we're going to state the process or the experience we want them to have. So hear me. We're moving them in the direction. We're planting it on their subconscious mind. We're slowly painting the experience for them. And at the same time, they're feeling good about it. They're feeling really good about it. And I feel good that you're learning this. I'm so excited to share this with you because I know for someone out there right now, sales is not what you want to do. You don't even want to be salesy, but you know that it has to be done for you to grow your business. And at some point, it's a transaction. And even if you want to call it sales, it's a conversation. Doesn't it make sense to have a much smoother conversation? And then the last one we're going to talk about is the tonality. The voice rate, the speech rate, the tone. The third point that I want to share with you around the hypnotic sales approach, don't worry, hang in there, don't worry. I'm going to get into the techniques, but some of you, this is the first time you've heard this, and I just want to make sure, that you and I are on the same page together. You have the technique, put it on their subconscious mind. You have the purpose of using it, okay, to point the person in the direction without them feeling like they're being manipulated. But how do you do it? Good question. Don't worry, I got the 1, 2, 3s. I'm going to do this in part 2, by the way. I'm going to do this in part 2. So if you want to be invited to part 2, hit the share button. Hit the share button below. Hit the share button. Just type in #SalesCourage. #SalesCourage. You're going to raise your courage up. You're going to do that, and I'll make sure that you're around, and I'll make sure you get the special bonuses that we have over here. I'm going to do that. And if you just showed up, you're like, hey, I'm here, Shay. I'm a business owner. I solve problems. Go ahead and enter your first name below. Enter your first name. Hit the like button. Hit the heart button. Do that. Subscribe. If you definitely want to subscribe. Number 1, make sure you subscribe. Make sure we get it to you. Okay. How do I do it, Shay? Let's show them this right here. Let's make it easy. Now, maybe you're writing it down, but I'll make it easy for you tonight. Sprinkle the hypnotic phrases throughout the entire sales conversation. I'm going to call it a sales conversation. It's not a presentation. It's a conversation. And you're going to sprinkle it. That's not sprinkling? Oh. Yeah, that made it a little better. You're going to sprinkle it throughout your sales presentation. So you're not going to come out and try to use these techniques one after another, after another, after another, after another. Don't do that, because I believe people have a phony meter. and they know when you're being phony. And that's not what you want to do. You want to be authentic. You want to be yourself. You want to have a heart sell, not a hard sell, but you want to have language pattern that makes it comfortable for everybody. That's why you got in business. And I'm here to help you using the hypnotic sales approach, big ticket sales formula, because some of you, this is for big tickets. Others, you can use this for everyday clients. Look, Revenue Talks, glad you're here. So let's get into the different techniques that you can use. I'm going to give you technique number one in just a moment. Don't show them yet. Don't show me yet. Okay, shh. Technique number one. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Don't show them yet. When you. So the first phrase that we're going to put down is the when you phrase. Let's show that to them, please. The when you phrase. So you're going to start off when you do something. When you ... So let me give you an example, and then I'll break it down on how you can use it through your presentation. I like you to use it early on in your presentation if you can. At a little advanced level, this is future pacing, taking them into the future, but it's still playing on their subconscious mind. So when you, here's what when you means, jot this down in your notes. When you presupposes that the person's going to do or experience something that you're actually describing. Let me say that again. Let me show this to them. Let's show this to them so they can have this. When you presupposes that the person's going to do something that you're going to talk about and they're going to experience it. So let's give an example. If you are you're a coach and you help people transition in life to reach their goals. And you're having a sales conversation with them. So it's just you and them. You're having this conversation. One phrase you can sprinkle through is when you have an opportunity to achieve your financial goals, what are you going to do with the money? So maybe you're helping them in their life, you're helping them achieve their financial goals. So when you are able to achieve your financial goals, what are you going to do with the money? Maybe another way for some of you, is when you have more time because you improved your time management. Maybe you teach time management. Now, I'm not sure what you teach, but I'm giving you some examples, and you can take best practices and use them in your industry. But when you finally have more time to spend with your family, how's that going to make you feel? It's a question, but it's the right time, but it's really putting them in a state or a process or experience that they're going to have prior to them working with you. Doesn't mean they're going to buy. Remember, jot this in your notes. It's a little advanced, but you're here at Revenue Talks. We're talking about the hypnotic sales approach. So jot this golden nugget in your notes. Put this golden nugget in your notes. Your job is not to sell anyone anything. Put that in your notes. Your job is not to sell anyone anything. Your job is just to give a quality presentation, and when it makes sense, you're going to ask for the order. So we're going to give a quality presentation at every step. Now we're using something very specific, the hypnotic sales approach. This is just the beginning. This is just the first step, but I'm so excited. Let's go number two. I only have so much time. Let's number two. What, we're going to show it to you in a minute. What would it be like? ... Put that in your notes, and let's go and show it to them. What would it be like if? What would it be like if? Now, this is just another phrase that you can use. Got the command over here. What would it be like if? You got that? You follow me? It's a command for the person to imagine a condition or perhaps something that's happening that you're pre-describing to them. Yeah, that's a little advanced. So you're not using the word imagine. Now, I worked with another one of my colleagues. They actually teach sales as well. They teach business development, but still same sales. And they love the phrase imagine this was taking place. Imagine this was going to happen. And that's a powerful phrase. But what if, when you, I'm using this right here, I know, I'm using this. You're speaking to someone and you said, what would it be like if you're able to close the biggest deal of your life this month? What would it be like if you teach this to your sales team and they're able to go out, set more appointments, and close more deals? Think about how you could use that using your own language patterns. Think about how you can sprinkle that through. And now you can remove the word imagine. You can still use it later. It's not a good thing or a bad thing, but you have another tool on your belt and you know exactly what you're doing. So what would it be like when you finish watching this particular video, this time we're spending together, And tomorrow, some of you can use this technique tomorrow, some of you tonight, and you're on the phone, and the person responds and says, you know what? It would just feel good. You know what? It would be like finally my prayers have been answered. And the most powerful distinction that someone could share with you, by the way, the most powerful distinction they could share with you is that you're speaking their language. And when you start speaking this way, you're like speaking their language, not your language, by the way. Okay, number three. We only got 5, but I'm so excited. Number 3, a person can ... Put that in your notes. Then I'm giving you the phrase and trying to role model for you, and hopefully you can feel my sincerity. You can feel how excited I am and how I know this is going to help you. And how do I know? Because others have done it. And if others have done it, so can you. Jot this in your notes. Let's show them this phrase so they can put the notes, because they're probably wondering, a person can what, Shay? A person can talk about someone else, this is social proof, in the third person, and it deflects any resistance. My role model. So you're going to talk about somebody or another person in the third person. So you're actually bringing up the objection and you're deflecting any resistance while you're having your conversation. Is this legal to do, Shay? Yeah, it is. Remember, the whole purpose is a technique. The purpose, they feel good. They don't feel manipulated. So, for example, you're talking to someone. Let's say you and I were talking, and I might say, you know, sometimes there are folks out there that know that they need to really set more qualified appointments, yet they don't have a sales script or they don't have the automation tools to make it happen without them being there. So what would it be like if you had unlimited appointments to run? You wake up tomorrow morning and there's more appointments to run than there's more appointments set than you can possibly run. You see how still can put that into a third person and not really talk directly to the person who's there. It's a little advanced. This is the hypnotic sales approach. If you're just joining on, welcome, welcome, welcome. The hypnotic sales approach underneath Revenue Talks. Really excited. We're talking about big ticket sales formula. Tonight I'm only sharing, or this morning or this afternoon, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are, I want to welcome you to this conversation. We're given the 5 techniques that you can use to move people to action. And the number one question we asked earlier, do you remember the number one question? Do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? Not to close, not to get the deal, but to move them to action, to move them forward. Do you know exactly what to say? That's the question. If you do, great. And if not, I'm sharing some techniques that you can use right now. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is my favorite. Of course, they're all my favorite. That's why they're the top 10. Hello. That's why they're top 10. Jot this one down. Matter of fact, is it okay? Trevor, it's okay. I'm putting this in green. Look, I'm putting this in green, Trevor. This is a money. Don't listen to Trevor. Don't worry. It's green. It's green. It's a money idea. If you were, I'm putting it in green. If you were to ... Now, remember I was training this at a very private session. One of my good folks, Lyric Hawkins, she may be watching right now. Matter of fact, if you're here now and you're thinking, Shay, this is part 1, what's part 2? How do I get part 2? Hit the subscribe button, and we'll make sure we send you part 2. But here's the phrase. If you were to ... Just put that in your notes. If you were to what? ... If you were to what? ... Now, Shay, give me the definition. Kind of share it to me. Explain it to me. Let's go ahead and show this to him. Let's show it to him. If you were to, by saying the word if, I'm going to put an by saying the word if, keep it up. By saying the word if, it directs the person to imagine a condition or feeling or situation that you are describing. So, okay, you can come back. So, your mind reading technique. Not quite, but it's close. Not quite. So if you were to take a step and hire me as your coach, and the money was well spent, and you were able to get a return on investment, what are you thinking now? If you were able to take one of these techniques, and look, it costs you nothing to be here. It costs you nothing. If you were to take one of these techniques, and you use that technique for the rest of your life, because there's a lifetime benefit you being here. You learn something, Because the question is, when do you stop learning? You never stop learning. So once you learn something, you never unlearn it. So you learn one technique, you use it for the rest of your life. Here's what I want you to think. If you were to use one of these techniques, any one of these 10 I'm going to mention, how much extra income do you believe you could earn between now and the rest of your life if you over and beyond whatever you're earning now? For some of you, it's an extra $1,000 a month. It's an extra $5,000. For some of you, it's just one client a month could be, I don't know, $1,000. Just by using the hypnotic sales approach. Shay, I've been doing it off the top of my mind. I've been winging it, Shay. I've got it. Yes, but here's the good news. You don't have to wing it anymore. The good news is you know exactly what you're doing. Okay, one more. I'm going to give you one more. Okay, I've got to go back to the black. This was a money one. Lyric Hawkins, I mentioned her name a minute ago. She may be watching. She was doing a training. She was writing these on the board with me. We were at our office at Collabs, and she used the if you were to. Left out the very next day. She was having a conversation. She used it several times throughout the presentation because she didn't remember the rest of them. Now, you might not be Lyric Hawkins. Okay? Lyric Hawkins is not a salesperson. She's an entrepreneur, but she doesn't see herself in sales, but she's an entrepreneur. She doesn't go around teaching these techniques, but she has a big heart. Could be you. You've got a big heart. You've got the right product. You want to do this. And she doesn't want to come across as salesy. That might be you. So she used the technique, had a very comfortable conversation, and that was a $5,000 deal. Doesn't mean it's going to happen for you? Absolutely not. But it's possible. That's the good news. It's possible. Okay, the last one, as you, ... We're talking about hypnotic sales approach as you. Let's show this to them. As you. So put that in your notes. Hypnotic sales approach. We're going to sprinkle it through. You got the purpose. Talk to the subconscious mind, and you have the technique. So let's talk about it. As you. The phrase assumes the person will do the behavior that you are describing. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. So as you are attending our 3-day boot camp, you're going to really meet some folks that you would never have met if you hadn't been there. As you put the date on your calendar for you and I to work one-on-one at our very first session, it's going to be a good use of your time. As you're thinking right now, is there an investment? Well, the obvious answer is there's investment if you do it, but there's an investment if you don't do it, because you pay either way. You make an investment to pay, or you pay with the lost opportunity. So as you go ahead and make the investment, you're going to know that you made a wise decision. See, as you is one of those phrases or techniques that you can use. Again, you're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to move them to action. You're just trying to have a briefer, a stronger, a conversation that has more clarity to it. Here we are at Revenue Talks, talking about the hypnotic sales approach, big ticket sales formula. This is part 1. Part 2 will be coming up, but you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe. If you just got here like, Shay, I just want the notes. I just want the notes. No problem. Just look below. Hit look below. Type in hashtag sales courage. Put your name there. Put your name there. I say hashtag sales courage because sometimes we've got to raise our standard. And it's going to take a little courage to step outside our comfort zone. It's going to take a little courage to do something different. And so with that being said, I want you to know that you are a champion. You're a winner. You've got so much greatness inside you. You really are just an incredible human being. You're at the right place, at the right tone, at the right moment. And this will be your best 30 days ever. I'm believing that for you. And right now as you're listening to me, you might be saying, Shay, the hypnotic sales approach is a little advanced for me. I didn't even know these techniques. I didn't know how to use them. It was happening to me. I'm not sure I can do it. But I want you to know, with every breath in my body, that I believe in you. I believe you can do this. And even if you don't believe it, when you get up in the morning, just write a little sticky note up there, maybe a little sticky note like this, and put Shay Brown holds the belief for me. Because I'm going to hold the belief for you until you get there. Because sometimes someone has to believe in you until you get there. So with that being said, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, be humble. Go out there and serve. Help other folks. Take your product to the market and solve problems. Number two, stay hungry. Always be learning. Never stop learning. When do you stop learning? Never. And number 3, you got to always hustle. You got to give your best every single day. Your today will be better than yesterday. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. See you soon. Bye-bye.